G'day everybody, welcome to Kampala Road here in Uganda, and what you see before you is my Z21, which has ceased to work. Those of you who have suffered my videos over my 18 months doing this will know I am a regular recipient of faulty goods. So yeah, after replacing my Elite with the Z21, and it is a brilliant system, there's no doubt about it, I have been unfortunate enough to have a unit that has failed. It is under warranty. I didn't buy it from a box shifter. It was bought in mid-February this year. I, on a trip to the UK, picked it up at the end of May, and it was the end of May when I plugged it in here. And last week it started to show signs of doing unusual things. Not using the app, which is here on the phones or on the tablet, but I think last Tuesday we were playing trains, if you like, the kids, and the system switched itself off. Now when the switching system is on, there is a blue light here, a very bright blue LED. And this is the emergency stop button. You also have an emergency stop button on the phone there. Is that in focus? It is now. And everything stopped, and we cleared it, or I cleared it, by pressing this button here, and after a few minutes it stopped again. This carried on the next day, and I realised something was wrong. And then this LED button started flashing blue and red at the same time, but the layout would operate, but this button was non-operational, so things were going downhill fast. My multi-mouse would read error 13. Then it sort of behaved itself for a day or two. Then on Friday evening it died completely, and there's a very faint blue LED here and green LED as well at the same time, which is not meant to be. So, needless to say, I'm a little disappointed. I believe there's a 2-year warranty on these things. It was plugged into a UPS, and the UPS has a surge buster on it. But 3 months use, yeah, disappointed. So I have on Saturday contacted the retailer who sold this. They have to go to Gagemaster, who are the agency in the UK for Roku, I suppose, and then a decision has to be made. Now what I've asked is that can I send the unit back only? And I should say before I go any further, I did a lot of checking over the last few evenings on locos, whether that was causing a problem, all sorts of things. In the end I unplugged it from the layout, switched it on, and it turned itself off and then died basically. But having said that, I had a lot of enjoyment out of it for the 2.5 months I used it. So I'm going to keep this video short because it's pretty boring just looking at a black box. What I've asked the retailer concerned is whether I can just send this unit back and not the whole box with all the other peripherals, because that weighs 4 kilos. The only way I'll get it back from here, and this is one of the bad bits about living away from where you buy things, and sub-Saharan Africa is not the easiest place to purchase and get things here safely or send things back, is courier. I would have to courier it back. So what I'm waiting for, what I want to do is just send this box back. It weighs a max of, I don't know, 600 grams I suppose, with packaging maybe up to 1 kilo. And that's still going to cost me £80–90 to get back to the UK. If I have to send the whole box, kit and caboodle back, then you're talking serious money, and probably half what the whole unit is worth just in freight, and then it's got to come back. Although I notice the charge to come back here is much less than it is to send. So Kampala Road is at a standstill. Now I have the option. The Elite is grinning at me from its box up on the shelf there. And but I can't. I don't want to do that. If this goes on for months, I'll have to. But I've reconfigured everything to suit the Z21, including what's on the app, loco numbers, etc. All the points and all the point accessory decoders are now renumbered because the app is a bit quirky as to numbering accessories. So I really can't do that, or don't want to do it, and I don't really want to go back to all the button pressing. The Elite served me very well for 10 years, but it was a revelation when I started with this system how much work was going into changing a point compared to this, where you just tap the screen on. You can change a whole series of points within seconds. So what I intend to do is just follow, with follow-up videos, follow the journey of getting this repaired and sending it back from here to the UK, and see what happens. The shop I'm dealing with was very helpful on Saturday morning, but I have to say, when I picked up the phone, I knew a comment would come down the line to me, and it did, as the guy said, "Oh, we have very few problems with these units," and I knew that was going to happen, and that's not much help for me here in sub-Saharan Africa. But in another way, he did say they'd sold over 200 units, and they'd had 6 back in 2 years, which is about 3%, isn't it? So anyway, I've got nothing much more to say. Very, very disappointed. Should I be surprised given my track record of faulty goods? Well, it's German. I thought that might be slightly better, but obviously not. Coincidentally, last week I was having a conversation with my mate in Sydney in Australia. He was deciding whether to buy a Range Rover, which is British and has all its reputational problems, or a trusty German Mercedes to travel across Australia with. There is only one vehicle to travel across Australia with, and that is Japanese, because they have the support service. I digress. Anyway, I will keep up to date. This is from a quiet and disappointing Kampala Road. I guess if this goes on for too long, the Elite will come out of its box and be pressed into service. So I'm waiting today to hear from the retailer involved. The problem with these retailers is they have to go to the agency, and then the agency has to go to the manufacturer. So I guess it will take time. All right, well, from here, I will sign off. So from Kampala Road, cheers for now.